We good? We good?
I think so. There's a little
Oh yeah, pops on my screen saying recording.
That's good actually.
Oh yeah, I've got a little button. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Huh.
Are you able to
That's
like
cute.
pause it or like stop it at all?
I don't know actually. Let's have a look.
I don't think so.
I don't see any way to stop it. I think it's just
That would be
Hasn't
going
says
to do
you're
its thing.
using enhanced encryption, but other than that,
Enhanced encryption.
Nobody's getting our deity campaign.
fuck off.
Top secret.
Just triple and
Oh, fucking Raven God with the broom.
Yep.
Notice.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, that was one way to deal with the Raven Guard issue.
What do you mean that wasn't a required solution written in the book? Players must strap him to a broom of flying.
There was one solution to that situation, and it was to strap the Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate to a fucking flying broom.
And then ride him. Ride him back.
Yeah, Jellie
to
And
victory.
literally ride him into battle, yep. Yep.
We sure did.
Let's just hope Selfin doesn't fill him in on that bit.
Mm.
You better keep your damn mouth shut.
Yeah, you better. It's our friend.
So, summary from last session, as always. You guys began in the meditation pool room with the demonic the demonic portal on the far wall, and Alder Raven Guard, Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate, Supreme Marshal of the Flaming Fist, unconscious on the floor, convulsing whilst under the effects of the tainted Helm of Torm's sight. After some attempts to dislodge the helm, you guys decided to strap him to the broom of flying because that helm was not for coming off. You guys ascended back into the chapel out of the ossuary, only to be confronted by Gideon Lunaward and a whole host of undead minions at his command. Things kind of kicked off there. You tried to convince him to let Raven Guard go with you, but he had some issues with this idea. And after Amity and Gideon kind of tugging Raven Guard, like a tug of war with the broom with the Raven Guard strapped to it, eventually he had enough. And you sent the broom flying into the air. He struck you for quite a bit of damage, Amity, if I remember right.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
That's a damage.
And you guys properly wound up fighting off Gideon and his minions. Jellie channeled some of Torm's divine fury and took out quite a few of those creatures, and in the process also turned Gideon, realizing that he was undead. Something was not right with that man, and you sent him fleeing. You guys then fought your way out of the cemetery and fled through the city back to the High Hall Cathedral, being briefly attacked on the way by two ghasts. Upon arriving back at the cathedral, Furia Jinx was able to remove the helm from Raven Guard, and Keeper Yavin determined that the helm had become tainted by some sort of abyssal influence. Jinx believed she would be able to expel the taint, but she needed to rest first. She had kind of been drained from the process of removing the helm from Raven Guard. You guys kind of then unwound a bit. Jellie, you went to listen in on the forge to see if you could see any sign of your family. You heard your mother's voice speaking with some children, and then to your sister Laurie. Jellie, you then retired to the Tomb of the Unknown Hero and did some reading on Torm. The 3 books given to you by Jinx in your possession. Had a flick through some of them. And during this time, Amity, you took on a human appearance and wandered the catacombs, mingling about, just experiencing life as a human in Elturel.
What's that like?
It's a very different experience for you. Don't get you're used to being kind of like all eyes on you everywhere you go because you stand out. But it was a very different experience walking around as a human, kind of blending in with the crowd for once in your life. But and during that wander, you did also see Teddy fast asleep with Sasheen Bale kind of curled up into him. Yeah. Both of you guys then, having returned to Tomb of the Unknown Hero, you settled down for the night. Lulu curled in as well with you, and you guys fell asleep. And let me see. Yeah, and you guys level up from all that, so we've handled that. So you guys come to slowly, having gained the benefits of a long rest. Just make sure you've kind of marked all that if necessary. You've got your hit dice back to full HP, spell slots, class resources, all that jazz. God, that looks really bright.
It's so bright, but there's no such thing as a dark mode on Roll20. So
All right, so you just have to deal with it.
that's what I've got to live with.
So yeah, you guys slowly kind of come to in the Tomb of the Unknown Hero. Every now and then you hear footsteps, people walking by, but you have a kind of private room essentially here. What would you guys like to do?
I want to just chat to Lulu and just check in with Lulu. I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna say to her, morning, Lulu. How are you?
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just glad that we're back in here and I'm safe with you guys.
That was a little bit scary yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really scary. I was really worried for you guys. But you're so tough.
We both certainly are tough. And for you, you're very tough as well,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, thank you.
It's not
I did my best.
more than the best. Still nothing kind of cropping up in the old memory bank.
Nothing new, I don't think.
That's okay. You've already came so far, right? Think of where you were when we first met you, and like,
Yeah, you guys have helped me so much.
yeah, you're doing so good.
I remember so much more now.
Yeah, you sure do, Lily.
I'm gonna.
And if we keep on, then maybe I'll keep on remembering things.
I think you will. I want to measure one of Lulu's like legs, feet.
Yeah.
Oh, what's an elephant's leg called? I don't think it's called a leg.
Just a leg.
Like,
This elephant leg. This.
Big elephant leg.
Can I measure?
No, little elephant leg for Lulu.
Can I measure the circumference of it? I'm gonna make her.
I'm pretty sure she's already got a band around one,
you
does
gave
she
her
not?
a band
You
around.
gave her one.
Right. Well, I can't make her another one. I'm gonna take time and I'm gonna make her a necklace, a best
Okay.
friend necklace,
Oh,
complete one, and I want it to be like.
a complete one. So not the same thing that you and Amity have. But a
But
complete
it
one.
would. It's like very obviously like zigzagged as if like both mine and Amity's have been put together.
Okay, even though you and
deep
Amity's don't actually.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah,
both deep fried.
Look, I'm just showcasing my how much better I've gotten at making jewelry, and I'm gonna make her a complete state-of-the-art best friends Claire's accessories.
Okay.
We love it. We love it.
Yeah, so you can spend some time in the morning doing that.
Yeah. I'm praying to Natu.
You've got all your tools and everything with you. You've got your Channel Divinity Artisan's Blessing if you wanted to use that to help yourself out. But that would take, you're basically going to be spending like an hour doing this to make it.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Lily deserves it.
So you spend an hour doing that, and as you do that, as you're doing the Channel Divinity to shape the metal in the way you want it, and I'm sure you've got plenty of materials because you picked up loads before you left Baldur's Gate. As you kind of sit down and you do this, you feel Onatu's presence pass over you. the deity seems pleased to see you hard at work creating beautiful things.
And I'm gonna, as I'm working, actually, I'm gonna be silent. Or, well, I'm not gonna be silent. I'm gonna be like praying to Onatu, like during it. I'm gonna spend the time to have a chat.
Okay. Is there anything particular you're
with Onatu.
saying or asking of Onatu, or are you just kind of?
No, I'm just sort of like, just, don't know, praising them, I guess. Just kind of
Just a little bit of worship as you go.
Yeah. I mean, I've already tried to ask questions. That's not going to get me anywhere. So I'm just kind of making sure that they're happy.
You do now have divination.
Oh shit!
I can't remember the specifics of that, but you literally just got that. I don't know if you've prepared it. I don't know if you've chosen what spells. Sorry, I don't know if you've chosen what spells you want to prepare for the day. But
I've just been clicking.
divination's
I've
there.
not actually decided. Oh my god, do I want to? I'm so scared. Oh wait.
The components are incense and an offering appropriate to the deity,
I mean,
which are then consumed by the spell. So you guys have fuck tons of incense. It would be the offering would probably be something you have made.
Oh, I just made. I can't use Lulu's necklace. I just made it for her.
Yoink.
Yeah, like put it on her neck and yoink it back off.
Do you really not have anything else in your inventory that you've made? Because I'm sure you guys,
I've got earrings and shit. Like I've got I've been making the earrings as I go. So that's my forte. So I could yeet up some earrings if I want to. But wait, give me a hot minute to just read through the.
Yeah. As you're doing that though, Amity, is there anything you want to do in the morning?
I'm just journaling.
Filling in that research journal. Is there anything in particular you're leaving out of the research journal, or can I just kind of take it that you're putting everything?
Everything, in? Yeah, everything that isn't personal. So I'm like detailing, like I'm trying to like get down like people that like died as well and stuff, like the High Keeper, and be like as like a chronicle. It's less of like what Silvera's probably wanting, which is like strict hard research notes of the hard facts. But it's like essentially a diary.
And so you kind of talking about the situation with Gideon and stuff like that then?
Yeah.
What you encountered there?
Yeah, and I'll be like, it was Krieg again.
That damn Krieg at it again.
Fucking
When will his machinations end?
Never.
So you've spent some time filling out the research journal. Have you had a chance to read through divination, Sarah?
Yes. I'm gonna cast it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yes. So if you could send that to the chat for me.
I ask Amity to help me. I say to Amity, I feel like I'm getting closer and more able to talk to Torm and Onatu, and I know this is a little bit selfish, but the first one I want to reach out to is Onatu. I want to understand something about my faith, but I think we can use this as well to talk with Torm. I know the helmet is like in the work.
Yeah, we got that thing upstairs.
We got the helmet, and that's another reason why I'm pretty keen to chat with Onatu. Would you mind helping me? I need
of course,
set up some incense. We're pretty used to the.
Oh yeah, I can set up a ritual in our heart.
This is a very common thing for you guys. You've got loads of experience in this realm. I will point out though, just from a mechanic standpoint,
and then
each successive time you use divination before taking a long rest, there is an additional 25% chance that it doesn't work. So if you wanted to speak to Onatu and then Torm, there would be a 25% chance that the Torm divination would not work.
Yeah. Okay.
We only got 2 spell slots anyway, so.
Yeah. So.
Fair point.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a 25 cumulative 25% chance That you get
You get a random reading.
a rand. So that's not necessarily not a reading, though, right? Am I misunderstanding that?
Yeah, so basically, the kind of idea is that you're asking about a thing that is to happen or something along those lines within the next 7 days. And there is a chance, and you wouldn't know if you have gotten a random reading or not, but there's a chance that whatever answer you got was I'm kind of more inclined to just kind of go for it doesn't work rather than give a random reading
That's
because
probably
it's
probably easier as well because
Yeah.
like a random reading is just as useful as getting no reading. So eventually, because
I might just kind of run divination that way, where like rather than this weird random reading element, it's just 25% chance it doesn't work.
because they would just be answering a question that I don't know what the question was effectively. It would be so cryptic. Okay, and I'm gonna take out a pair of. There's a pair of earrings that not the pair that I got from my friend at the market because I didn't make them, but I think I was tempted to tweak them, but I don't think I did. There's a pair that I was working on the way to Candlekeep.
I remember this, yeah. So you've got those.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them out.
Okay. Okay.
Ask divination, man.
Okay. So
I feel
it is divination is a wee bit kind of specific here. You're asking a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
So okay.
So if you want to get more vague with it, you're looking at commune, which is a 5th level spell which you don't have yet.
Yeah.
Divination is specifically single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity within the next 7 days. Some sort of guidance, advice, vision relating to that from Onatu is what you're looking for here.
So correct me if this question might be too not vague. It's not vague, but it's maybe it doesn't fit that criteria. But the question I want to ask is to Onatu, how will you help me free Elturel and get Amity safely home? So I'm a bit iffy about that because that's technically 2 events, and I understand that like there's no guarantee that they're going to happen in the next 7 days. Either.
Yeah,
it's a bit kind of weird, but like
I suppose it is a goal. It has a specific goal.
But how does it work when the person asking the question isn't sure when that goal will happen? You know? I'll leave that up to you.
Okay, so you are asking how Onatu is going to help you save Elturel and get Amity home safely. Yeah,
if that's too cheeky, it can just be converted to like, how's Onatu going to help me?
I feel like be more specific, either Amity or Elturel.
Free Elturel.
Okay. Okay, so
just ask them tomorrow about Amity. We're chatting every day.
Yeah, I'll get it again. You're gonna not do hello.
Ring ring. Oh.
Okay. So you, with Amity's help, lay out a ritual circle here. You get the incense burning, and you sit yourself down in the center, and you offer up the earrings that.
You're gonna help me.
So if you mark those earrings off of your inventory,
yes, I will.
Did I give you a GP value for how much those earrings would be worth?
No.
Did you make a note of what they were made of? I remember you making them, but I can't remember what you made them out of.
They were made of copper. Also, I got like a remaining meeting time alert.
Oh.
And I don't know how to deal with it.
Sometimes you only have like 1 hour on a Zoom call and then you just restart it and it's fine.
Okay.
I remember, what was it last night?
Last session, it popped up
yeah,
saying.
it popped up saying that you had enabled like unlimited minutes or whatever.
But, like, that's really shite. Maybe because this was my first Zoom call, it gave me it.
I have no idea.
Hard to say.
Hard
If
to.
it will literally just shut it down, like it will just bump us all out, and then we just have to enter it again. That's all it does.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there? Do you have like a timer to see how long's left?
Yeah, 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Okay. Right, we'll see if we can get through the divination in 9 minutes. So
it was made of copper, and you didn't tell me how much. Like.
okay. See the do you guys have a note of how much incense and GP's worth you have? No?
We never had a GP amount. I just have the word incense written down many times.
Okay, you have ×4 incense blocks. Okay. If you want to convert the ×4 incense blocks into call that 200 GP's worth of incense.
Oh,
Right.
all right, okay. Didn't realize it was that. It's worth that much.
And then burn 25 GP of that for this divination.
Back into
Sorry, I'm just throwing maths at you. Yeah, so you have the incense burning with a ritual circle set up. You hold up the earrings, and you ask your question. And Amity, you can see that the incense smoke begins to swirl around Jellie's form, and the earrings kind of lift and levitate out of Jellie's hands, and in a flash of golden light disappear, and you watch as golden light then envelops Jellie's eyes as her head kind of
I'm used to it now.
back a bit.
I'm like, "Ah,
Yeah,
doing it
this is a scene
again.
you've seen before. Yeah.
Doing it again.
So, like, going in my head.
So, you are given a vision, Jelly.
Oh my goodness, okay.
You see yourself standing in the streets of Elturel,
To get my notes up.
battling hordes of devils, dozens and dozens and dozens rushing at you from down different angles, different streets surrounding you, rushing down towards you, weapons at the ready, devils of all sorts, some that you're familiar with at this point, other devils that you're seeing for the first time. It's horrifying, large winged creatures. And you stand there at a crossroads in incredibly well-crafted armor, the symbol of Unatu emblazoned very prominently in the front, this kind of teal glittering armor that looks as if it's almost fashioned from gemstone, with this silver and platinum trim. You hold a shield in your left arm of a very kind of similar design. It's round and it has Onatu's symbol emblazoned on it, and it glows with radiant energy. You whirl around in your right hand a flail. Again, incredible craftsmanship. The chain is this, again, silvery color that's got this very the pommel handle.
The pommel, I think it's called a pommel.
Yep, it's got this white wrapping around it, and then you can see the head of the flail itself that you're whirling around as divine energy swirls with it. It is this, it looks equal parts deadly and beautiful, and there's a strange mesmerizing quality to it as you swirl it around. And you see in this vision that you charge headlong into the swarms of devils, and you cut through them, just leaving scores dead in your wake as you rush through the streets of Elturel, this hell-ravaged city, leaving countless devils scattered and dead in your wake.
Holy shit.
God damn.
I was not expecting that. Oh, God.
And your vision then returns to the Tomb of the Unknown Hero, Amity, by your side, and Lulu as well.
Jelly, you okay?
she
good?
she just kind of laughs a little bit, and she's kind of like like breathing a little heavier, and she's just like, I asked Onatu what they could do to help me, to help us with Elturel, and he showed me a vision of me destroying a horde of devils in the most beautiful armor I've ever seen in my life. I have no idea where we would get that armor. I don't know if it means that we even can get it, or if it's symbolic. I don't know how.
Maybe it's out there, right? Like we're like part of our promise was to try and find some of Onatu's lost shit. Maybe that's some of his lost shit.
Maybe
he's saying that he'll help you find it, so you can.
And yeah, and maybe with it, maybe that. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that's the point. Maybe the lost relics are things that we can use to
holy shit.
grow.
Then we can just give them back when we're done with them to the guy at Candlekeep.
The guy at Candlekeep, yeah.
Generally used.
Icker and
yeah.
Absolutely disgusting and well used.
Cleaning it will be like praying to Onatu, so we're like helping him.
So yeah. Okay, that's
holy shit! Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure, to be honest, like what Onatu would do. I didn't really, until now, I had no idea he even gave a shit about what I was trying to do down here and what we were trying to do. Based on what he cares about, it didn't seem like coming into Avernus and doing some good things for the Elturens and humanity was really something that he cared about. But that vision definitely changes things now for me. And yeah, she just kind of sits for a hot minute. And probably, yeah. Okay, she on Lulu's necklace, just quickly before she gives it to Lulu. Sorry, my camera may have whispered up. I want to put a tiny little symbol of Onatu on the back of it. Just very tiny.
That kind of the sort of androgynous bust of Onatu, yeah.
Yeah, and then I give it to Lulu.
So you're just giving Lulu the necklace, yes?
Yes, with Onatu. No.
For me?
Yeah, for you. Like me, and I show my half of the necklace. I don't know if we've ever shown you our necklaces before. I made these for me and Amity years ago.
No, I'm just like you. Yeah. And she starts like flying around the room, giving a happy trumpet.
Oh.
Now.
Do-do-do.
And hey, if you ever have issues with your memory and stuff, at least now you've got something to remember me and Amity.
Yeah, right? I'll always remember you guys.
Oh, sure you will. We will always remember you too.
Wish you eat yourself into the sticks again.
Don't do that. Don't do that anymore, Lulu.
She's gonna be on my back the entire journey.
Get her in that harness.
Mm-hmm. So you ready to go talk to your other god, Jellie?
Yep, ready to go talk to my number 2.
He's just in here, and Baphomet as well.
Yeah, we should probably see what today brings. I don't even know what our plan is. Like, do we want to go back to the cemetery and deal with Gideon?
God, not really. They can deal with him. It's fine. I feel like we need to start getting to that place with that hand, right? the
The place
the little hand for we've got the actual down.
I agree.
I believe the word you're looking for is Fort Knucklebone.
I knew it was on
There was
4.
knuckle. Yeah, I knew there was knuckle. Can't remember.
Yeah, because I mean, we got to start figuring out how to get us the fuck out of here.
I don't think there's anything more here in Elturel that's gonna tell us.
We just gotta get rid of the demon out of this helmet, talk to Tom.
Devise a plan, head on out.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's go, I guess, to the council room is where people would be.
As you get yourselves packed up and you head to the chamber of Torm's council, and inside you find Furia Jinx is there, as is Keeper Yavin and Ravengard and Cromash. The 4 of them are there, and they're kind of seated around. They've kind of pulled some of the chairs away, and they've kind of formed a little circle of their own because the table is far too big for just 4 people.
It's like 20 people.
Yeah, it's a big ass table. So it's made. The table is clearly designed for meetings of like all the high priests in Elturel. And there is only 4 people having a meeting just now, so they have sat themselves in a little circle off to the side. And as you make your way in, Strovin's standing guard as well, by the way. So as you kind of approach, he's kind of gives you that, "Oh yeah, let you in." Just swings the door open for you.
Aw, thanks, Joker.
So you guys head inside. What was that, sorry?
The A-team.
So you stroll inside, and Ravengard sees and immediately stands and says, "Now that I've rested up, I think I can properly thank you for what you did. I want to say yesterday, but I'm not entirely sure how time works down here. But
It's weird.
it's been made clear to me that you 2 have really put in a hell of a lot of work. And
Thank you.
lot of people, myself included, would not be here without everything you've done. So thank you for your service." No, sadly, none of us are quite done yet.
We appreciate it all the same.
And Jinx stands up and goes to Ravengard's side, and she both of them says, "If you are ready, I believe I can begin the ritual to cleanse the helm."
Yes.
I can help if you would like. I know I said yesterday, and I can't remember if you said you would appreciate the help or not.
I would definitely be appreciated. Perhaps we should do this in the Tomb to the Unknown Hero, a sacred space with some privacy.
Right,
Just that.
That really hit the mood.
Yeah.
And Ravengard says, "Oh, everything okay?"
Oh, I just said good idea.
Okay. And Ravengard chimes in and says, "I'd quite like to be there to witness this."
Yeah. We
I
also you
obviously
need to catch us up on some stuff as well, so come on down.
I obviously failed, and I attempted to use the helm, so I'd be interested to see what can be learned by somebody perhaps more in touch with this Torm. And he looks over his shoulder and he says, "Cromash, you good to handle things for now?" And Cromash gets to his feet, just armor clinking, and a sound you're very familiar with, Jellie. Hefts his great axe up over his shoulder. "I'll head up top, see what things are looking like up there for now." And Cromash makes his departure, giving you a kind of firm nod as he walks by you. And Yavin as well goes to leave. Just glad to see you're looking rather recuperated now, but I must see to shoring up the defences. I've put some work in already, but always work to do around here.
Let me know if you need any help from me.
I will do, but I feel like your hands may be rather full for the time being.
We'll see.
And and with that, Yavin departs after Chromash.
You might need to yeet me out that helmet somehow if this doesn't work. Somehow.
So Jinx kind of gestures for you to follow her to the Tomb of the Unknown Hero. So you guys backtrack and head back to where you started the day.
Mm-hmm.
And you head inside and actually Jinx asks for the helm because I believe it's in your bag of holding.
It is.
Oh, yeah. We eat it out.
Yeah, so you hand that over and then she places it on top of the Unknown Hero's tomb. And Jinx kneels in prayer before it. And then she kind of scooches off the side so you can join her, Jelly, if you would like.
I will scooch on beside her.
I will watch.
Do I need to do a particular spell? Because I did not prepare one.
You're not going to be making a spell. Jinx is going to be casting the spell, but you will be making a check to assist.
Nice.
You want to pray to Torm before you pray to Torm?
I'd love to pray to Torm before I pray to Torm, please. I'd like to cast guidance on myself.
Okay. So you say a prayer to Torm, and you ask for divine guidance, and then I guess communing with them to expel a demon from the helm. You can get guidance on this.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of kneel alongside Jinx, and so Amity, you, Lulu, and Raven are kind of standing back in the room watching this happen. As Jinx begins, she hands clasped, begins kind of chanting slowly to herself, and you see golden light begin to coalesce around her form. And she outstretches her hand and kind of looks over and gestures for you to do the same, Jelly. And your figure as well begins to glow with a golden radiance, and you can feel Torm's presence pass over you. And you feel kind of compelled to outstretch your hands towards the helm as well. And as you do so, Jinx mutters a few final words, and then the light shifts from the two of you into this sort of bridge between your hands and the helm. And you can see the helm now shudders and shakes. Make a religion check, Jelly.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Oh, she does it herself. She does it herself.
Get to fuck!
Fuck Jinx, get out of here.
Get out of here!
So,
No.
as you and Jinx have your hands extended, performing this ritual, you feel Torm's presence very strongly. And you can feel the radiant energy expelling from you intensify greatly. The helm lifted into the air, and suddenly the shaking becomes incredibly violent, and this purple mist begins to emanate from it.
Not again.
The purple mist immediately being combated by this radiant glow as the purple mist is burned up. And what initially was quite an outpouring of this purple mist very quickly is diminished until just a few streaks of the purple mist have slowly been burned off by the radiant energy. And with that, the helm then comes to sit back down once more on the tomb, seemingly now purified. You have felt Torm's presence pass over you and combat the presence within the helm.
She's done it.
Holy
shit.
shit. Before we go any further, can I, because I didn't ask before, and I forgot because I think we just moved on. But like, see quickly, see my vision that I had from Onatu.
Yes.
One, was it just demons that I saw? Devils.
It was devils. It was just devils you saw.
Two. Okay, it's better if we do this after. I'm going to chat to Amity about the devils that I saw and see if I
Okay.
But later, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, it's came to a rest in front of me and Jinx.
It has come to rest, and Jinx kind of exhales with a bit of relief and gets to her feet and looks down at you and says, "Thank you. I feel that you are far more in touch with Torm there than I had expected. But I believe the helm is now purified, if you would like to don it."
Okay, before I do, if it goes wrong, and if it looks like I want to take it off and I'm not able to take it off, can I just confirm that you're able to do what you did to Ravengard last night on me?
I would be able to remove the helm from your heads if anything, if any presence still lingered within.
Just, safety nets and all that.
Of course. I should mention as well that the helm can be used only once a day. So.
And do I have a time limit with Torm? Can I ask him a bunch of stuff?
You can ask a question and Torm will give you an answer.
One, I forgot it was just one. Amity.
Hi.
Do you think I should ask Torm the same thing I asked Onatu this morning, or do you have a better idea?
I think yes, because that's why Ravengard used it before. They might want that answer.
And Ravengard speaks up now and says, yes, I'd ask quite simply, how can we save Elturel?
I will repeat that verbatim to Torm, and hopefully he'll give me an answer that's not going to cause me intense pain. All right.
If it's any reassurance, I don't remember what happened. So
thanks.
So it might not have hurt.
That actually is kind of reassuring.
It looked kind of hurt, but maybe it wouldn't. Jelly?
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Have you considered that maybe it doesn't hurt?
Not being a little bitch.
You're just jumping to conclusions about demonic possession.
I am, actually. That's very true. All very good points. Okay, I'll take one last look at everyone in the room. I will go up to the helm. I'll take...
So Jinx actually takes it in her hands.
I've been crowned.
I knight thee.
And Ravengard just kind of gives you a solemn nod. And Lulu perches on Amity's shoulder, looking intently.
You're going great. So proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I told my Toji, Jelly.
And Jinx smiles once more as she has the helm in her hands, and she looks down at your eyes, Jen, and says, "Are you ready, champion?"
Oh.
Yes, I'm ready.
And she slowly places the helm, the golden helm of Torm's sight with the silver gauntlets emblazoned on it. And it being a magic item is essentially a kind of like one size fits all. Like as it's placed on you, it shifts to perfectly match the size of your head. So as you slide it down, you can feel at first it feels like it won't fit, and then it melds itself to the shape of your head. So it's a perfect snug fit on your head. And as the helm is placed there, it takes a moment, and then you feel Torm's presence once more.
Hi. It's Jellie.
Yeah.
We've chatted before. I'm sure. I hope you remember. How can we save Elturel and take it home? To the material.
So you ask this, and the rest of you, again, a very similar sign at Amity. Jellie's head kind of lolls back, and golden light emanates from her eyes.
As usual, every 5 fucking minutes.
As per usual. With
Yeah,
this bitch.
It's happened a few times the past couple of days. So, Jellie, brace yourself. So,
Oh God! Okay, wait to get my notes.
as you ask this, suddenly your vision flashes to white, and then the whiteness darkens. It takes on a reddish hue, and the scene begins to crystallize in front of you. You see the skyline of Avernus, red and kind of dimly lit as always, dark clouds roiling high above as you see licks of flame and lightning flash out across the sky. And you see the rocky landscape of Avernus. And rushing across this landscape, you see a great golden mammoth, adorned with huge feathery wings. This tremendous beast moves with a great power and speed across the terrain, though it is very heavily wounded. Its wings are torn and beaten. They no longer look strong or intact enough to allow the creature to take flight. And grisly wounds adorn the sides of the mammoth. Sat atop this creature, there is a woman, a human woman. She's wearing the colours and crest of Elturel on her armour. But she herself is also very heavily bloodied. A large gash stretches down the left side of the woman's face. And blood streaks down from various punctures and pierces in her armour. She is very clearly at death's door. But with all the determination she can muster, she holds tight to the mammoth with her left hand, and in her right hand, she clutches a beautiful longsword. And this is a sword you've seen before, actually, when Amity took the form of the angel Zariel that she had witnessed in Lulu's mind. That form of Zariel that Amity took, Hill, was wielding this longsword. But the longsword now in your vision looks slightly different. It gleams with this bright light, this bluish glow like a beacon. And you see the woman clutching to the mammoth, trying as best she can to hold tight and stay conscious. She looks down at the longsword gleaming in her hand, and she looks over her shoulder, and you see that they're actually being pursued. You see that behind them, a gigantic demon lopes after them. This creature, half of its enormous size is just mouth. This great gaping toothy maw. The rest of the beast almost resembles some sort of twisted hyena in form. And you can see that to its fur, this colossal demon, there are dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of cackling gnolls and twisted abominations gripped to that creature's fur, looking ravenously on at the mammoth and woman they are pursuing. And you quickly realize this demon is gaining rapidly on the woman and the mammoth. And the two are clearly exhausted. They have suffered heavy wounds, and this toothy maw is getting closer and closer, bearing down on them. And you can make out, as it gets closer, even more gnolls and demons crawling around inside the creature's mouth. And the creature is very nearly upon them now. And the woman looks back over down at the mammoth she's riding upon, and she yells out, "Now, Lulu, we have to do it now!" And with that, the mammoth comes to a sudden halt, the woman losing her grip, tumbling down over the front of the mammoth. But as the woman tumbles down, she grabs the sword and she drives it into the ground, half embedding it in Avernus's rocky terrain as she tumbles down and crashes down to the ground with a yelp of pain. And she looks up at the mammoth with eyes of desperation. And just as the toothy maw, this great demon, descends upon them, the mammoth places its head to the hilt of the longsword embedded in the ground. And as it does so, there is a blinding flash of golden light. And it takes a second for the light to subside. But when it does so, the woman and the sword are gone. In their place, a great white palace, a citadel, is in the process of rising from the ground. And as it does so, some sort of fleshy scab is also emerging from the ground, as if the very terrain of Avernus is rejecting this gleaming white palace. And you watch as this is happening, the great demon that had been giving chase is now frantically scrambling away as this colossal structure and even larger scabby fleshy mass emerges, and the creature is unable to get away, caught up in the scab, being fully engulfed. And in a moment, the palace itself is now fully complete, but by the looks of it, half consumed by this horrible red scab that rose to meet it. And as the scene settles, you watch as a tiny golden hollyphant, Lulu, as you know her, spirals haphazardly through the air away from the scene, clearly dazed and confused, unable to really control her movements. And your vision focuses on that white citadel, and you feel drawn to it. And then your vision changes, and there's now an echo.
I can hear Kevin twice.
Did you change anything there, Sarah?
I'm typing away. Is it still
It's
echoing?
fine. No, it's fine now.
Yeah, I think we're good now. I don't know where that came from. And the vision shifts and is replaced by an image of that glowing blue longsword, half embedded in a rock, sat upon a pedestal in a large chamber. And that image lingers in your mind for some time, just becoming ingrained in your retinas almost. And then your consciousness is pulled back into the tomb of the unknown hero. And I've actually got some images to show you to help illustrate that vision.
Where did my phone go? There it is.
So if you're looking at Gal's Hotel group chat on Facebook, this is the sword that you witnessed.
Oh, it's cool as fuck! Holy shit!
Can I ask?
Here, sorry.
Sorry, see the stuff that Onatu wanted me, or that Onatu gave me the vision of me wearing like armor. You described it as teal, didn't you?
Yes,
Is it?
it's not identical to that. Sorry, the weird echo's back again.
Oh no.
It's not identical to that, but there are some similarities.
That's so gross. I hate
That
it.
is the demon that was giving chase.
Oh, what the
Fuck's sake.
Here is the white citadel half engulfed by the red scab that rose to meet it.
Oh, holy shit.
And finally here is the final image that was kind of seared into your mind in the final moments of your vision.
Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Oh.
We going?
That's where we going.
Holy fuck, that's so cool. Holy shit. You're gonna pull that thing out like Excalibur, Jelly. Amity just here to watch the show.
No! Amity's
Yeah.
Amity's already got Zariel's look down.
Oh yeah, I've got the look of the sword.
You need the sword to finish it off. Complete the look.
I think disguise self I can like I have the sword when I do it.
Yeah, like you can't just like you.
Oh,
it's an
it's not-
illusion. So like you don't have the sword. You have an illusion that looks identical to the sword, but you don't have the sword.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I do.
So hopefully those images maybe help kind of illustrate the point better than words could.
So I'm gonna.
So you're back now. Your consciousness back in the Tomb of the Unknown Hero. You guys, the rest of the room watches as the golden light dissipates from Jelly's eyes, and presumably everyone is looking rather expectantly at you, Jelly.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm okay. That was a lot of information. It seems like I asked Torm the question. By the way, I look at kind of Ravengard when I say that. And he showed me a vision of a sword, and I kind of look at Amity. A sword that, and I describe it like I describe the fact that it's like teal, and then it's really like intricate kind of like patterns up and down the, I guess the sheath, kind of silvery as well. Hoping that Amity.
Oh no, that's not the sheath. That is the blade.
I like look at Amity when I say that. And it seems like I saw a woman riding on the back of a golden mammoth. She had the sword and she was getting chased by a demon. She plunged the sword into the ground and a white citadel spawned from it and rose out of the ground, and Avernus, the kind of bedrock of Avernus, or the rock of Avernus, seemed to like try and engulf the citadel as it was rising. The woman disappeared, and then the sword, I think I saw a vision of the sword in a chamber, what I assume to be a chamber within that citadel. And that was Torm's answer to the question, how do we save Elturel and get it home?
With the mention of the golden mammoth, I'm gonna look at Lulu and go, any of that ring a bell, Lulu?
I can try draw it for you, Lulu, if you would like.
I think I remember.
I'm gonna hold her in my arms.
There was a lot. There was so much bad. So much. I remember the sword. I had to protect the sword. I don't remember why.
Well, it seems like you did, Lulu.
Yeah, you did a really good job.
You did. You did what you were meant to do.
I hope so.
It's safe.
I was so scared.
You're with us now. You're safe now.
Yeah.
Thank you. And she like curries into you.
Oh. And then with one arm, I'm gonna have Lulu, and the other hand, I'm gonna get out the map of Avernus. So I'm gonna give it to Jelly, and I'm gonna say, Look like anything on it?
Let me.
I can bring up the map of Avernus for you,
Yes, please. Okay.
complete with your annotations of wacky warehouse.
Oh,
Fiend
Wacky
Ooze,
reader
warehouse.
cars.
Fiend ooze.
Bel Air.
Bel Air. I forgot what Bel Air is.
So Bella's who's hanging out.
Wacky warehouse. Maybe it is Wacky Warehouse.
Maybe it's Wacky Warehouse. I don't know why I call it Wacky Warehouse.
Or is it beside Bel Air? You see that kind of white thing coming out
Yeah.
the ground beside this?
Oh, here.
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that looks kind of similar to me.
potentially.
Gavin, do I have to roll a check and see if any of these things are?
Roll a survival check.
Very quiet. Or do we just need to
Oh.
like, based on the artwork?
Make a. I think map reading counts as survival. Make a survival check.
Oh, God.
Oh.
You savage
Come on, big rose.
son of a bitch.
Big rose.
Oh!
Ah!
Okay.
Nothing on the map seems to resemble what you saw that closely.
Where is this in Avernus? I'm starting to doubt this is Avernus.
Yeah. We don't know where the fuck we are. There's no fortress on the... You think the guy would have seen a big hand?
Yeah. This guy's whack.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna say, hey, where's the citadel?
I don't remember a citadel. The
Okay.
map
Oh.
says.
Okay. Can everyone... Can
Oh
Jinx
yeah,
and
like
Raven-
Jinx and Ravengard like hear the map yell, and Jinx like steps forward and says, "What is this?"
This is the map of Avernus. You go kind of crazy if you try and map it. So the guy is kind of stuck in here. Don't worry about it.
That's more than just a little bit concerning.
Mhm.
I didn't know such a map existed.
It's, well, the only original copy. So-
See what
And
else
then
he's out.
Ravengard steps forward and looks at it as well. Ravengard's kind of looks like that might be rather useful.
Maybe. We can't really tell where we are.
We can't pinpoint.
But it will be useful at some point, I'm sure.
Can I ask the map? Like I'm just like down the bottom of the map, like because I'm so short, so I only see the little bit at the bottom.
Amity's only like above your head.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
like
like,
peering up.
"You
I
want
see
this
like
map?
this
Come get it."
corner. So can I ask the map what this thing is? Not the dark castle, but like this tree that has like the world grown out of. I don't
Yeah,
know
sure,
how
just give me
to
a check.
interpret
Give
that.
me a second.
Wait, what is that? Is that meant to be
Yeah.
like directions? Because like on the map you have like a compass usually.
Oh, do you think that is just like not
Was
an
everything
actual
else-
object in the world? Maybe.
Why did we ask what this, who this was, who the angel was before?
Oh, we didn't. Let's do that. Let's. We haven't asked the map in a while, and there's lots of stuff on here we didn't point to before. So.
Yeah, it's time to talk to the dude in the map.
The dude in the map, he's back.
So, as you point to the like kind of tree world thing, he says, "I don't know what that is," says the map.
So
And
says
then what else
Mr.
were you asking
Stewart.
about? Sorry.
I think the angel, right? It was like an angel.
Yeah, you drew this angel. Why did you draw this angel?
The fallen angel, the Arch-Devil of Avernus herself, Zariel.
Okay, well she don't look like that now, and she
And
doesn't look like that when.
with that, Lulu says, "Zariel."
Is this her?
Oh, oh my
Oh no!
Fuck! Okay.
Zariel?
I guess so, Lulu.
I say in Celestial to Lulu. Yeah, we're gonna try and save her.
Save her?
She got lost here, remember?
Yeah,
You didn't know where she was. You thought she might be here still.
He said Arch-Devil.
He's crazy, Lulu. We don't know for sure.
Okay, Lulu. Something really bad happened to Zariel, but we're gonna try and fix it.
Oh no.
Oh, Lulu, I promise you, we will fix it. I promise. I promise you.
Lulu just like lands on the ground, her wings like flopping down, and her trunk just kind of unrolls. And she just kind of stays there for a moment and begins to sob.
Oh, I'm just gonna hug her. I'm gonna say it's okay. We're a good team. We're all best friends, and we're gonna solve it. I'm still speaking in Celestials.
Okay, so nobody else has any idea what you're saying, but you and Lulu can understand each other.
She was my best friend.
And she still is. You know, she brought Elturel here for a reason, I'm sure, because maybe she wanted to see you again. She thought you were here.
That's true. I don't know what she said, but whatever she said is true. I'm just nodding. Whatever Amity says, like,
We have to save her.
We will.
We will.
100%.
We have to save Zariel.
Hey,
Yeah,
Lulu,
we
how
will.
about I change your necklace and you and Zariel can have the same necklaces that me and Amity have, and then you can give it to her when we see her. Huh?
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
Ravengard and Jinx are really like dumbfounded right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey Jellie, can you stay with Lulu for a bit while I talk to you?
Yeah. And I'm gonna just like sit with Lulu and like I just want to like look at her necklace, and I'm gonna like kind of like make a change. I'm gonna be like, see, like we're gonna do this, and your necklace is gonna look like this, just to try and like calm her down a little bit.
Make a persuasion check as you're doing this.
With the hope to take her mind off it and think about giving her best friend a lovely necklace when she gets to see her. Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Ooh, she's rolling. Good.
Okay.
So there are still tears kind of streaking down Lulu's face, but you are kind of getting through to her and keeping her kind of focused on these nice things you can do when you get back with Zariel. But she is very clearly distressed and upset just now.
Fuck. Cannot believe.
Oh. I didn't even think about it.
I didn't even think. Okay. Lulu is
I'm gonna just take Jinx and Ravengard aside. And I'm gonna say,
In the same room or into?
I'm just gonna into the hallway.
I'm talking
Into the
loudly
hallway.
so that Lulu cannot hear.
La, la, la.
Okay.
La la.
Okay, so you take Ravengard and Jinx, who are very confused right now, out into the hallway, kind of outside the Tomb to the Unknown Hero.
I'm gonna say to Jinx first of all, I'm like, so, you know, I asked you first of all about the Angel of Elturel when I first got here. And
Yes.
Lulu was the, you know, companion, so to speak, of that angel.
Oh my. Oh.
But as we know, something went wrong, and the angel sacrificed herself to save Elturel. And in sacrificing herself, she may have become the Arch-Devil of Avernus.
This is a lot to process.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a big deal that we shouldn't tell a lot of people, but because you're like the head person around here, both of you, I feel like you should know.
And Ravengard kind of processes this. I'll be quite honest, this kind of thing is well beyond me. But I'll most likely inform Commander Chromash, but we can keep this relatively quiet.
I don't think it should be.
I'm not sure I even understand the full implications of what this means.
Yeah, I just feel like the more people know, the more danger people are in. I don't
Right.
think it's something we should be sharing around. But Lulu doesn't really remember anything, so when she does remember, she gets upset sometimes.
Right. Curious creature.
Lovely. She's lovely.
Jinx says, "Are you sure it's safe to be bringing her here?"
We're pretty sure she doesn't have any of her abilities, really. She can make things light, and that's about it. She's pretty safe to have around, I think.
Well, I'll leave it with you. You've certainly proved yourself perhaps the most capable of us all, so I will leave that decision with you.
Thank you. Thanks for your help. I'm gonna go back, check on Jelly. She's spoken to himself today.
Yes, we will return to the Chamber of Torm's Council. If you need us, come for us then, whenever you're ready.
Oh, one more thing, by the way, Jinx, while Jelly isn't here.
Yes.
When you said you called her champion.
Yes.
Do you think Tom's gonna make her a champion?
I can't claim to know the mind of a god, but it certainly seems that way to me. The signs are all there.
Do champions always die when they finish the thing they're meant to do?
Well, often
I
Torm
don't
will.
think Jelly knows.
Often Torm will allow exceptional individuals the power to overcome impossible odds. But such power does come with a price. One can only avoid their demise for so long. Torm can allow his champions to persevere for a time until their sacred task is completed.
Because the unknown hero just killed one dragon and then that was it. If Jelly is given the power to save Elturel, I just don't want to lose my best friend.
I can't say for certain what will happen, but there's no denying the interest Torm has shown in her.
That's true. She's done some crazy things the past few days. Thank you for answering my question. You can go now.
Sorry if it's not what you wanted to hear.
Fine. I'm gonna go back into the room and very, very tightly hold on to Jelly and Lulu.
Group hug.
Group hug.
Group hug.
She's just like, oh, lose everything. Fuck's sake.
I'm gonna turn to Amity. I'm gonna say we don't have a clue where this citadel is. However, actually, wait, we do. Lulu, you said that I didn't say this before, but as part of my vision, I saw you floating through the air as if you'd just been knocked unconscious. And you said, if you remember, one of your recent memories, you fell to the ground outside of
Fort
fort.
Knucklebone.
Yeah. So
I remember waking up there and being very confused, but I think I made a friend there.
you said you did, yeah. I wonder. I mean, I don't know what the wind current speed of Elturel is, how far you might have drifted, but I guess it's possible that Fort Knucklebone and the Citadel are close to each other.
Yeah. Or at the
Maybe.
very least, maybe your friend could help us get there, you know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
If they are a friend.
if they are a friend,
It's always nice to meet old friends.
let's
Yeah.
She begins to cry again.
Oh,
just like look and tell Amity all about what we're gonna do with the necklace and how.
We're gonna make a Zariel necklace.
Yeah, we are. It's gonna be really nice, isn't it? It's gonna be so fun and nice.
It's gonna be so nice.
Yeah.
Tears just streaming down Lulu's face.
I can't calm your emotions.
I can't. I'm so sad.
I know. I can't think of what to say. We just hug each other for a little minute.
Yeah,
Everybody.
I'll cast little thaumaturgies to make little twinkles in the air.
Aww. So the three of you have a wee group hug. They're all huddled together, and the tune of the
Yeah.
unknown heroes sparkles fill the air around you. And Lulu makes very kind of sad, sobby trumpet noises.
No,
Sorry. I'm still wearing the helm.
no.
You're still wearing the helm,
Oh,
unless you've chosen to take it off.
No, Gavin.
Look like?
Yeah, and what's its AC buff? Because I swear this helmet's not coming off.
It is a magic item with stats, but,
No! Let's go.
but it does not give an AC bonus.
Oh, what are these stats though?
Can't identify
give
that
me,
bitch.
Give me a moment.
Oh, I could.
Uh,
Yeah, I could. Oh, unless you want to just straight up tell me.
Um,
I could identify.
you're, I think it's safe to say that Torm has
Trickster.
allowed you to become attuned to it at this point. I just need to find the stat block for it.
Oh, Gavin.
Mm-mm.
Is this how it's gonna be?
Mm-mm.
Is this how it's gonna be? Okay. Oh, come on.
Where?
This is big bronze.
Sorry, just bear with me. I've got a lot of shit to look through to try and find the stat block.
That's aye.
It's just about here, I think. So, whilst you are wearing the item and you are tuned to it, you have advantage on insight checks made to determine a creature's true intentions. And
Get that
once
on.
per long rest, you can ask a question of Torm, and he will answer through cryptic visions and sensations.
Sensation.
All right. Could we
Yes,
add that to the journal tab?
I will absolutely get it added for next session. I'll
Thank
type it
you.
up, and you'll get a nice painted drawing of it because there's no official artwork of it. So
Oh,
you'll get one of my very own pieces of art.
Honestly,
yeah.
that's more than I could have asked for.
I'm genuinely really surprised there's no artwork of this.
Yeah,
Oh.
it seems like a
Because
big
it seems
item.
like because they've got artwork of like really like
Obscure.
mundane things in here, and the
Yeah.
fucking Helm of Torms is like ancient holy relic.
Who gives a shit?
Fine.
Yeah, who
A
cares?
sentence of a description about
Who
it.
gives a
That's
fuck?
great.
Who cares?
There might be some artwork online. You could.
I
I,
looked around. I couldn't see any.
I
No?
did just try. I couldn't find anything.
Oh
But yeah, so you have advantage on insight checks to determine a creature's true intentions. So not necessarily to tell something's a lie, but to like work out what a creature is truly seeking to get.
no. So that's a bit vague though. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought it was just like when they speak, I can tell if they're like what their alignment is. I don't know where I got alignment from, but like, how can you give an example of how that might work? Their true
I
intentions.
suppose. I'm trying to think of a decent.
Like if I asked Teddy if he liked Amity, or if I had asked Mortlock with the helmet on if he liked Amity, and he was saying no, or he was like trying to like be vague about it as a friend. If he said as a friend and he actually liked her more than that, what would I learn from that if I did an insight check?
It'd be more kind of like I'm trying to think of a decent.
Like maybe if when you ask Silvera like about the crown.
Yes, that's a very good one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I would know.
because when you were asking Silvera what she intended to do with the crown, you were trying to work out like, did she have ulterior motives for what she was doing? So that kind of thing, trying to discern whether somebody is being
like deceptive or
whether they're
holding
like
information.
Yeah,
I would get advantage on like insight. Okay,
Yes.
okay, yeah, I get you completely.
So would we be able to ask Teddy if his entire family are Zariel worshippers?
We actually, yeah. Okay.
Well, you could add like sure, you could try and
Boys
get
better
an
get
idea
it.
of what his
Boys about a fucking get it.
But if Jelly comes through with this,
we coming for you. We coming. Okay.
You guys are blinged out in magic items.
Just decked to the fucking halls.
I've got my fucking stuff, my ring, my bling ring.
Yeah.
Well, now we better have some good shit.
Yeah. Oh damn.
So after a little hug, a little healing session with the gals, girls only healing, emotional healing session. Girl therapy. I say, is there anything we need to do here, or should we just go?
I don't know. It feels like we're not ready somehow, if that makes sense.
I feel the same way. I feel like there's still so much we don't know. There's still so much that we can't understand yet. I mean, I could reach out to Torm again using my spell and ask for guidance on what the next step should be. I think we need to be careful because I mean, one wrong move and we could die. Like, it's I just don't know who around here has the answers that we kind of need. It seems like everybody's just as confused and in the dark as we are.
Yeah, I think I'm the expert in Avernus.
I think you are. Oh, that reminds me. This is something I mean, it's not going to help us immediately, but it would be good. Can I tell you a bit about the devils that I saw?
Fire away.
In my Onatu vision. Maybe we can, I don't know, get some strategies if we ever happen to see them.
Yeah.
Gav, could I please attempt to describe those devils to
the vision is very fresh in your mind, and it's like the memory has a sort of
I ain't forgetting
staying
that.
power to it.
Anytime soon.
You saw all sorts of devils.
I
give
would
me a
love
second.
to remember any. If it's going to take an absolute millennia to go through them all, we could just.
We got time. We're not going to go today. I think we've decided we're not going to.
Yeah, we've had enough trauma for one day.
So in the vision, you kind of, I'm not going to make you do a roll for it because Amity essentially has a great wealth of information on devils, and this is a memory that's kind of seared in your head. So You see ones that you're familiar with: bearded devils, spined devils. You also see barbed devils, another one you're familiar with.
Mhm.
There were also bone devils. These
Ooh.
I need to like flick to multiple books here actually.
Sorry. Jellie's just trying to be strategic.
Is there
First thing
anything in
her damn
particular
list.
you're like asking Amity about?
I'm asking her, like, give me a rundown on, excuse me, like how we could fight them effectively. Like, what
Don't
are
use
they
fire.
immune to? Yeah, don't use fire. What are they immune to? What are they resistant to? And also maybe just like how they could hurt us. Like, is it going to be like psychic, physical? Do they have
Mhm.
poisonous, jaggy bits on
Yeah,
them?
they
Like
got
all
stuff
of
that
them
we need
seem
to-
to do. Yeah.
So as a general rule, devils are immune to fire and poison, and
Yep.
they are also resistant to cold and essentially any attacks made with a weapon that is not magic or silvered.
Yep. Yep.
Those kind of things remain
Okay.
true for
All of them,
nearly all
right.
variants of devils. There are some obscure exceptions, but you're aware at least of that kind of commonality.
Okay.
This
Maybe.
should essentially just be like a massive like
Yeah. Maybe
load.
then.
I'd probably also have to make Amity do her roll for each devil, because the way we've been doing it is when you kind of first see a devil,
You do the
Amity
roll.
does a check to see what she
Mhm.
recalls from her research. So
If that's the case, I mean, I do think it would be valuable information. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. To make the game like fun, we don't need to go through all of that like right
no,
now.
I
At the
mean,
very
if you guys want to do this just now, we can.
Oh,
I'm up for
We
that.
could like maybe
do it off.
like during a
Offline.
day someday, like I just roll a bunch of Arcana
Yeah.
checks in the chat.
Yeah, like when we did that before. I can't remember what it was for, but we did.
Like we just blast
Yeah,
through this kind of stuff.
yeah, because I
Yeah.
looked at questions in Candlekeep I was researching, didn't I?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then we just did it that way.
That sounds good to me.
Oh, you okay, Flo?
Yeah,
I'm
she's
just
just
readjusting
sorting herself.
because my chair's old as fuck.
Okay. Very fair.
So yeah, we'll do it that way. So Jellie asks, Amity delivers, blah blah blah.
There we go.
Great. We are
To
so
be continued.
we are
Mhm.
super clued up
Mm-hmm.
just on all sorts of shit.
Yeah. I mean, Jelly, maybe you'd feel more ready if you know, if you see your family, maybe.
Can you imagine I walk in wearing this fucking thing?
Exactly. What a power move.
Oh, that actually might make me feel like, hold on, how obscured is my face with this helm on?
Like it kind of goes like this.
Oh,
So
dang
like
it. You
your
can see my
your
face.
face, it doesn't like cover your face or anything. No, it's just the face is fully exposed.
I could cast polymorph on you and make you like a little rat. I can make you a T-Rex. I can do that.
T-Rex just like stomping into the forge. Hi,
I
Mom,
had a list. I had a list of all of the stuff I could turn people into.
Genuinely.
Mammoth, giant shark.
Giant shark.
Is there a way that
Like
you could like turn me into like, I don't know, like a human, like kind of like how you disguise yourself into like Zariel and shit?
I can only turn you into a beast.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
A very human-like rat.
very, very human like. Okay, that's cool. What I will do is, okay. I do want to go, but I don't want to make it obvious initially, at least, that it's me. So I want to like, I mean, they're already gonna be like not thinking it's me because I'm a fucking cleric, and last time they saw me, I was not a fucking cleric.
You want,
I mean, you're not like when people look at you, the first thing they don't like see like a class tag on you.
No, sorry.
They just see
you're
a
like
gnome in like
I was
an
meaning
armor
more
with a
just like
warhammer and everything.
I was meaning more just like the armor and stuff. Like when the last time they saw me, I was not wearing any armor. You know, wasn't wielding a warhammer.
That's true.
So that's kind of what I meant. But
I could put my academy robes on you if you wanted, with the hood up. I'll go
It
to.
might be a bit big.
gonna drape off me. You know what?
Exactly.
I'm just gonna have to go and see if they recognize me. But I will keep the. I'm gonna keep the helm on.
Yeah. Do you want me to come with you, or do you want to? I can wait outside the door if you want.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea in case I need to take the broom in case I need to run from my own emotions.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Lulu, do you want to come with us? The forge seems kind of fun. Like there's lots of kids there making some cool
God.
shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
Baby girl.
Get in the harness, Lulu.
Lily gets in the harness and just kind of like her trunk comes up and just rests on your shoulder, Amity.
I'm gonna cast a mage hand.
Just to
Mage
pet her.
hand to pet her.
There.
Behind me.
And I've like scrubbed my armor a little bit. Say a prayer to Onatu. Fix my Torm helm on my head.
Your helm of Torm's sight.
I'm
So I just be careful with how much you're moving the laptop there.
Oh, is it like?
It's a little crackly, but
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I will keep it still.
Right.
I'm gonna take my like bow out as well. And you can't really see it, but like I'm taking that out so that it's like, I don't know, tied to my wrist or something instead.
Okay.
And then we're heading on.
so you need me in
Okay.
there. You need me to traumatise you a little bit. You just tell me.
I
We
will.
got our secret code word to use message.
What's the code word? I can't remember.
I think we just said we've made one. Oh, we haven't really come up with it.
I'll do like a bird whistle. Like
Yeah.
It's
That
Elton's
bird.
eagle call.
Yeah. I
exactly.
catch up with Celton. Oh.
Oh yeah, I mean, feel free. Catch up with Elturn, man. Elturn. I'm a big gal.
I'll be with you for this. Well, not with you, but outside the door.
With me. You're there. I know you're there.
Yeah.
So you leave once more the Tomb of the Unknown Hero, make your way through the maze-like catacombs and head to where the forge is set up, that kind of 10-foot staircase that descends down into an open area. Are you descending the stairs? You can hear that there's the sound of working going on down below.
I grab hold of Amity's hand and I give it a little squeeze. I say, wish me luck.
Big hug. I say you're gonna be great.
I stroke Lulu's trunk on Amity's shoulder. And I...
You'll do great.
Oh, my beautiful gal. And I will, just fix my sick new helmet. And I go down those steps and I pray to Onatu the whole way for any kind of help in what's
So,
about to happen.
Sure.
It's
Are
okay.
you casting guidance?
I'll cast the guidance, yeah.
So for the next minute, you can add a D4 to skill check.
Fantastic.
So you make your way down the stairs
Mhm.
and you walk into the forge, this very kind of makeshift kind of jury-rigged setup that they've got down here. Quite a large room, and you can see that there are children, mostly human, kind of moving around, assisting the two gnomes working the forge. There are tables set out to either side of the room. One side clearly set out with damaged weapons and armor, things in dire need of repair. The other with freshly repaired armor and silvered weapons. Jelly, the two gnomes are very clearly your mother and younger sister. Rosen, your mother, looks much the same as she always did. Just maybe a little bit tired right now. Laurie, on the other hand, she's changed quite a bit. She's now actually a couple of inches taller than you.
Big gal.
And as well as that, it looks like she's fairly built up some muscle in the years since you last saw her. It's been what, 5-6 years, so she's fairly kind of
Beefed out.
beefed up in that time. And the two kind of instinctually turn to like greet whoever has entered the forge. And Rose and your mother, she kind of turns and says, "Yes, how can I?" And she kind of like stops for a moment as she looks you over, and she goes silent. And Laurie, who turns around and always kind of looks over at her mother and looks at you, back at her mother, not really clicking on yet. And your mother's mouth kind of falls agape. And Laurie just kind of stands there confused for a moment, until Penny finally drops for her as well. And there is this kind of very brief moment of hesitation where your mother's standing there just mouth open, taking in the fact that this is you standing there in front of her. And then Laurie rushes over and embraces you in a big hug. And there is a kind of moment where Rose and your mother's still just kind of taking this in, and then she rushes over and joins in the hug. And they're just silently holding you.
I hug them back, and I kiss their heads, and I start crying.
The tears
Very
begin to
ugly.
flow from Laurie and Rosen as well.
A very ugly cry. I just like throw my warhammer to the ground, and I just embrace them.
And your mother says, "My Jelly, what happened to you? Where have you been?"
It is an incredibly long story. I have been to many places. I have done many things. I've changed a lot. But I know that there's a lot we need to catch up on. There's a lot of explaining I have to do as well. But I don't know how much time we have to go over what seems like a lifetime of memories and changes.
I suppose I feel like we have quite a lot of time now that you're here. Do we not? I have so many questions, Jelly. And she kind of like steps back and like holds your cheeks, and just kind of like lifts your head up. The day the Hill Riders came looking for you, which that was the last we ever seen her hair. I had no idea what had happened to you.
I made some decisions, and I felt like I had to run. Oh God, there's just so much. I promise to give you these answers with time. You'll learn about why and where and when. But what's important is that you're both safe, and I've came here. I travelled to Avernus to save you, and I will get you
And
home.
at this point, Laurie kind of steps back, like, "You came here for us?"
Yeah, of course I did.
How did you come here?
Another very exciting story. I came here with my best friend. She's traveled with me, and she's amazing. You're gonna really love her. Me and her, we're sent here to save Elturel and bring it back home. Hence this. And I like gesture to my sick armor.
It is pretty sick armor you've got there.
Yep.
And Laurie kind of looks you over and is like, "Yeah, I really didn't realize it was you at first." And your mother, he says, I really do have so many questions, Jelly, but I'm just so glad you're safe. She puts her hands around you.
You've no idea how glad I am to see you both alive and doing some great work here.
We do what we can.
I'm happy. I'm happy to talk for a bit. We do have today at least to talk.
What happens after today?
Let me introduce you to Amity first, and our friend Lulu.
Okay. And by the way, all the kids that they've been like teaching blacksmithing are all just kind of like stood around awkwardly.
So I am like keeping an eye on those kids, and I'm like, in case any of them like do anything dangerous in the forge, I want to like rush away and be like, no, don't touch that.
Okay. So you have brought Amity into the room then, Amity and Lulu.
I don't bring her in, but I kind of go out and I say, do you want to come in?
Yeah, how's it going? Is it alright?
I give her like a big thumbs up, like a big grin.
I can't. Is she still sad?
That's okay.
She's still pretty sad, yeah. She's dealing with some things right now.
Hey, Lulu, you don't need to come in if you don't want to, but there's some kids in here if you want to see them, or do you not really feel up to?
I'll come in.
Okay, if you don't feel like talking, it's okay. I'm sure my mum will ask many questions, but I will answer them all, so that you don't need to talk much. Okay, my love.
You guys head back into the room, and as you are heading in, your mother Rosen is kind of getting the kids together and telling them, "I said we'll take a wee break here." And the kids kind of potter out of the forge, so it's just you guys and Rosen and Laurie.
Mum, this is
The
Amity.
so Amity, you can see that
My best friend.
there is a gnome that is clearly much younger, perhaps just a little bit younger than Jelly, and there is a very strong family resemblance between the three, although Rosen's hair is much darker in colour. But they seem to have a warmness to them, and Rosen kind of greet her to come in. So you're Jelly's friend then?
Yeah, hi, I'm Amity. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I really don't know what to say.
Amity, me and Amity have known each other for a really long time, ever since I left, and she's saved me countless times. We've travelled here together. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have made it here to see you again.
Same goes for
her. Thank you so much for keeping my Jelly safe. I've been so worried, and to know that you've been safe.
Yeah.
Truly blessed to see you again, Jelly.
You should be really proud of your daughter. She's got two gods fighting over her at the moment. You know, she's
I told you there's
She is
what?
not. She's
So
the
are
hero
you
of the city, and
so are you planning on filling them in on everything, or
No.
okay?
I am gonna
Alright.
tell them
Mhm.
that the the Hill Riders, I had to leave Elturel for reasons. I met Amity. We went to Baldur's Gate. We learned about what happened in Elturel, and we found a way to get here. And we have a plan to save Elturel. Effectively, that's all I kind of want to say.
Okay. Do you kind of give? Are you presenting things like the letter from the Porter and things like that to kind of help illustrate points or anything like that?
Mhm.
Yes, yeah. So I say, like, you know, I give them like an idea of like the political situation in Baldur's Gate. I say that we're in Baldur's Gate, and that's where we kind of started. And
Neither of them are particularly familiar with Baldur's Gate, other than knowing that it's a bit of a dodgy city just downriver. Neither of them have ever been to it.
Sure.
Neither of them had really ever had any intention of visiting it.
well,
Um,
this diamond was forged in that dodgy place. So
mhm.
okay, well, I'll just, yeah, I mean, does she even give a fuck about, does she even know who the Flaming Fist are then? Why, I guess she wouldn't really care about the letter from Liara Forte.
You should probably know about the Flaming Fist because the Flaming Fist are a mercenary company that also exists
Mm.
outside of Baldur's Gate. They are hired to essentially be the police force
Touché.
and standing army of Baldur's Gate, but they are a mercenary
Third
company
party.
larger than just Baldur's Gate.
Okay, then yes, yeah, I will then. If I think that she'll know about them, I'll flaunt my letter. Our letter. And
Laurie kind of like takes all this and she's like, you've really been up
Busy.
to a lot then.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to Nato, who I worship now. If you haven't noticed, the insignia emblazoning my chest.
And your mother says, I'm not really too familiar with the gods outside of Elturel.
Touché. Well, you'll be pleased to see this gauntlet, though, made its way on here.
Yeah, it's an interesting mix.
So it's a complicated, just like everything in the story, Mum. It's a
You-
complicated issue.
you never wear one for Torm before.
No, that's true. He seems to have taken a interest in me here, though. And I don't really know why this is actually his helm.
Oh, right.
Hey, this is a long story. Do you guys want like some? How are you guys for food? You guys hungry? We've got some stuff. I can give you some food if you'd like.
That might be quite nice, actually.
Okay. I'm gonna. Oh God, this is in the way.
Oh. Are you guys going to sit down to a nice meal and kind of like catch up as best you can?
Well, I'm gonna cast Create Food and Water right in front of their eyes.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, so you
You
cast
would
Create
not
Food and
believe
Water.
your eyes.
You
Food and
create a
water
little
make you
feast here.
alive.
I sadly will have to remind you that in Avernus all food tastes awful.
Yeah,
True.
but it looks nice.
Yeah.
It looks nice. If this was food created on the material plane, it would probably be decent. But this is Avernus.
Can it look pretty at least?
It can look pretty,
Right,
but as soon as you like bite into it, it'll be very kind of
look.
bland and
The placebo
unappetizing.
effect is a powerful thing, Gavin.
Yeah, all I'm saying.
Let me tell you about a little thing called the placebo.
The placebo effect.
So I'm gonna make it look like, you know, like in Beauty and the Beast, be our guest scene. It's like that, just a
Oh yeah.
full fucking spread of food.
Yes, be our
Yeah, I guess.
service to the
Till the
test.
dust. And then we can give something.
Lulu fills the role of Lumiere.
Oh, no.
She's great at oh no, it's languages. I was gonna say accents. No. I try to do a French spin. She wishes. All right.
So you guys have this meal, and you guys kind of stomach the food as best you can, as you have to anyways. But in general, Laurie and Rosen are just overjoyed to see that you are alive, safe, well, and they are both. Oh shit! Sorry. They are both kind of upset that it seems you'll be going so soon. Your mother in particular gets a bit emotional towards the end of your wee meal, thinking about how she's only just gotten you back and now you're going off again.
I kind of like, I explain very high level, like I don't go into Zariel or anything. I just say like we have a lead on how to free Elturel, and we are going to pursue it, and I will be back before you know it. And if it makes you feel better, I can check in. I mean, you've seen I have abilities that Onatu has given me. I have the ability to communicate, so I won't be fully gone. Don't worry. I won't leave again like I did before.
I'd really appreciate hearing your voice every now and then. But I'm afraid we do have some, well, we haven't seen your father since everything happened.
Can I cast sending?
Yeah, can you send something to the chat?
I don't want them to know that I'm doing it.
It's got verbal, somatic, and material components.
No,
so
I
it's very
know.
clear you're doing it.
No, but what I'm going to say is, I excuse myself for a minute. I need to go to the toilet, and I fuck off to the bathroom.
So as you leave, and Amity, you're left there. She says, I was worried how she would take that news.
That's fine.
So
you just need to go to the toilet.
Just yep.
So you leave the room. You cast
really
sending.
And I'm gonna try and speak to my dad.
What are you going to say?
Great question. Hi, Dad. It's Jellie. Where are you? I'm in Elturel. I can come get you. Mum and Laurie are safe.
You send that message. The spell is unable to locate your father.
Okay. She goes back into the room, and she just like kisses her mum on the head, and she sits down. Sorry, just really needed to pee.
It's okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Laurie and I were out getting the shopping when everything happened, and
the Hill Riders rounded us up and got us to the High Hall, but your father was back home, and we he never appeared here.
Elturel's a big place, and not everyone in the city is here. I mean, we've seen loads of parties, and even at the academy, there, you might have seen, you probably have seen, like, we led those people here, so it's possible that Dad's.
Oh, I keep on hoping. It's been so long now.
I know. Just both of you need to stay here, though. And you guys set up this forge to, like, make armor for the soldiers stationed here, the
It's
fighting?
one of those situations where everyone needs to chip in however they can. So.
Yeah. And you guys are healthy and not hurt at all?
No, we're doing the best we can. Yeah, but the Baldurans seem to be doing a pretty good job of keeping us safe.
I'm gonna, as we're kind of just like eating and I guess talking about the situation, I want to get out the earrings of my friend from the market.
Nessie's earrings, yeah.
Yeah, Nessie's. And I wanna.
Oh, sorry, was it?
No, it wasn't Nessie. It was Nessie was
it,
the granddaughter. Can't remember.
Yeah.
What's her name? I remember Nessie.
Tia. Was it Tia and Nessie?
Tia was my friend. I wanna give one to my mum, and then I'm gonna put one in my ear as well.
Okay.
So that we both have one. And I'm gonna give my like hairband, and I'm gonna give it to Laurie just throughout the evening, just like or throughout the day. I guess I'm a few hours there. I want to give
so that same kind of headband you've had this whole time with the singes on it and everything.
Yep.
You're giving that to Laurie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I kind of, I guess, kind of look at Amity and I say, is there anything we need to prepare for what I assume will be tomorrow when we leave or think about leaving?
I guess if you want to cast some more holy water, but you can do that here with your family.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you guys some time.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give her a little kiss on the cheek and give her a hug. And I'm gonna say, "Come on, Lily." Oh wait, do you want Lily to come with you, to stay with you?
Lulu, it's up to you. Do you want to stay in this big warm forge, or you want to?
Yeah, it's really warm.
I'll keep Amity company.
Okay.
And she like latches onto your back.
Not even on the harness. She's just on there.
Plump.
I say, hey Lulu, catch, and I throw like a little bit of food in the air and see if she can catch
And she
it.
like catches it with her trunk and kind of like wraps her trunk around it and then puts it in her mouth.
Thank you.
Yay! I like get my mum and my sister to clap. Clap! Clap! Okay. In terms of like what Jellie's gonna do for the rest of the evening, she's gonna spend the evening with her family.
Yeah.
She's just gonna catch up, ask them about life be very vague if they ask about like the last 5 years
They,
for
they,
her.
they
They're going to be
ask a lot of
flooding me with
questions.
questions. Yeah.
They ask a lot of questions, but you do your best to be vague.
So yeah, like I don't want to
You
tell them
can.
about the summoning of a demon devil.
Fair enough. Yeah, devil.
They don't need to know that yet.
Yeah, very fair. So you yeah, you hear from them about kind of what's been happening with like the extended family, what's been kind of happening more broadly in Elturel, their lives, how kind of business was with the forge before everything happened. But they are very clearly just enjoying being with you again and making the most of it because they know that they won't have much time.
I like just like tell them some funny stories from Baldur's Gate. I teach Laurie how to play Baldur's Bones.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you and Laurie play a few games of Baldur's Bones. Your mother's a bit unsure what to make of this. The fact that you picked up some gambling games.
Yeah.
But you can tell that Laurie's very kind of impressed and in awe at like what you have become essentially. Her big sister being this badass cleric.
I wanna if I notice that she's like impressed, I wanna like talk up like how much she's changed and like how strong she looks now. I'm like grabbing onto like her bicep, like wow. Where are they?
Yeah, well, you know, I've been putting in plenty of chipping out the forge and everything. It's character building work, you know.
I kind of say to her quietly, Did Dad make you take over the forge when I left?
Yeah, but I mean, the family business, like someone needs to carry it on, you know.
Is it what you wanted?
Well, I like it well enough. Good at it.
I can see.
It's been helping out here.
That's true. I actually started a forge in Baldur's Gate.
Both of them are very like surprised and impressed at this.
I was surprised too, but you know what Baldur's Gate's like. You have to make a living somehow, don't you? But I kept up with the jewelry though, and I like show them like my earrings, and I'm like showing off like my bangles and like all the stuff I've been working on, all the jewelry, and like how it's obviously gotten better.
Yeah, so they all getting close and kind of like have a look around, and they're just kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Fawning over you. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Oh,
Yes.
Jelly loves a good fawn. Just lapping it up.
So as this is happening,
Yeah.
Amity, what are you doing?
Yeah, Amity.
Seeing Jelly confront her family.
Oh no, what's she gonna
She
do?
may have been bolstered to seek out that boy.
Ah, not that boy! That toxic boy! Anything but that boy.
She's like, hey, she did it. She's brave. I'm brave.
You are brave.
Yeah.
So are you off to look for Teddy then?
Yeah, I guess so. As long as Yolanda doesn't yeet me into a wall again.
Oh.
I imagine she's patrolling like a video game like boss.
She has like a certain circuit.
Yeah, she's always
There's the
around.
route she always follows looking for Amity.
I like to hide in like lockers. It's like,
Pissed up, I guess.
So
good.
you head along to the large, very large room that was set up with most of the people, and then the kind of like dividers and screens set up. And as you are making your way through there, you do see that Yolanda is there, and she gives you this foul look, but then her eyes also do look over to a couple of flaming fists that are just kind of like standing guard down here. And then her eyes go back to you, and she thinks better of confronting you.
I'm smiling at her.
The more you
one.
smile, the darker her expression gets.
Good.
Curtain.
And you head over to where Teddy and Sasheen were.
I don't want to go like right over to them.
Oh, okay, so you're kind of
I
looking
see
from a
them, like,
distance.
Stand like where she can like see Teddy, and then she's
Hmm.
gonna cast message.
Okay, so you can see that Teddy is he's sitting down reading a book just now. Sasheen is not like immediately around him as best you can see. But there are people around. It's a very busy area. A lot of people crammed in here into the catacombs to keep safe. So he is there. Sasheen not immediately visible, but he is in a very crowded area.
Yeah, I'll see that later. So I'm just gonna cast a message. She's gonna say, I'm leaving tomorrow to try and save Elturel. Do you want to speak to me now?
And you see like his head kind of like perks up as he like hears your voice fill his mind. And he kind of pauses for a moment, and you hear his voice come back. How many words does he get?
It doesn't have an explicit limit.
It's unlimited.
Oh, right,
The
okay,
response is just a message that's not.
Okay. Amity, where are you just now?
I'm gonna just walk up to him.
Oh, okay. So he's just kind of like looking around, and then like you appear. Like, oh, you're leaving then?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only way to get you guys out of here, right? If me and Laurie go down.
Yeah.
I got you.
Good old Laurie. Yeah.
We love to see her.
Yeah. Is there maybe somewhere quieter we could talk?
Yeah, there is. Do you want to
just give me a second? And he gets his crutch.
I'm gonna bust out the broom.
Get on that broom, one way or another.
I'm gonna say, you want to go on this?
Oh, right. I'd seen that you had that.
Shit, yeah.
I can show you the world.
I forgot you caught me. Yeah.
Oh,
He saw you peeking.
oh,
Do you want to use it?
No, it's all right. I need to get used to this anyway.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Put it away, sadly.
He uses the crutch to kind of follow after you, leading to wherever this kind of private area is.
How far away is the tomb of the...
oh, yeah.
It's a wee bit of a walk. You can lead him there.
Yeah. As long as he's not like.
No, he's got a bit of familiarity with walking with this by now.
Okay.
He's not at a kind of like normal walking speed by any means, but he is stable enough. And you guys make your way to the Tomb of the Unknown Hero rather silently, and you guys head inside. Is Lulu still with you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna set Lulu, and I'm gonna be like, "You gonna be okay if I just talk to Teddy for a bit?"
That's okay. I'll just wait out here.
Okay.
Plonks herself down.
So cute. A little head scratch. I'm gonna go in.
So Teddy follows after you.
How do you feel?
Well, feels safer here than the academy did. Just a shame not everyone could make the journey.
We cleared it as best we could. We dealt with everything that we saw, but there's always going to be patrols.
Thank you for that. It seems that you and Laurie have really been doing all you can to help.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that. So was there something specific you wanted to talk about?
I just want to say that I'm sorry for disappearing. I really didn't think it would hurt you. I thought that your life would be easier if I was out of it. So I'm sorry for that.
It's in the past. I spent so long hoping that I could see you again, but I don't want to sound ungrateful for everything that you've done, but I just can't help but feel maybe it would have been for the best if we hadn't seen each other again.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just glad that you're safe. It's good to know that you're still around.
And it's good to see that you're doing so well.
Yeah, I am.
And good luck when you go out there. We're all counting on you.
Don't I just know it? Hey Teddy, do you really think things would have been different if I had stayed? Do you really think this would have been any different?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, you seem to really resent me and hate me when you first spoke to me, and you were like, at least we would have, you would have been here and we could have worked it out. Do you really think we could have worked it out?
We had so much planned. We were supposed to do everything together, Amity. Banking on that, I spent so long thinking that it would be you and me and we'd get away and you just up and left, and then I never heard anything again.
But now you've got Sashin. And she's nice.
I
You
know
seem
that
happy.
I know you two had some issues, but that was a long time ago. We're adults now. That's in the past. I'm sorry, Amity. It just doesn't feel doesn't feel right between us.
Makes sense. I'm just glad that you're okay, and I hope that you're happy where you are. That's all I can ask.
I hope that you found some happiness out there.
I really have. I really have. And I hope you can go back to yours now, and I'll leave you alone forever. Bye, Teddy.
Good luck, Amity.
You just keep yourself alive down here, and I'll do what I need to do. Bye. I told you the door open for him.
And he makes his way out, and Lulu still just sat there. Hey, Amity! She flies in as Teddy leaves.
Oh, I'm like making that point, like, oh, look at you, you're so cool, you're so how can you go?
So, is there anything else you guys like to do specifically?
Give me a hot minute. I thought there was.
Jellie's got a few sendings left in that.
Kelly can chat to fucking everyone. As I'm like, as I'm like in the forge with my family,
Mhm.
I asked them if they would be up for a little project to work on this evening.
Ooh.
All three of us. The three
Okay. Yeah.
Hoggle Steel
Your
wizards.
mother says, "Oh, that's a nice idea, Jelly. Something to keep ourselves focused on during all this. What do you have in mind?"
I'm hoping between the three of us we can maybe get it done relatively quickly. But I want you guys to have input as well. So you met my good friend Lulu.
Yes.
I don't know if you asked any questions about Lulu. You avoided
I'm
most.
assuming that in that kind of period where things were filled in, there was a little bit of an explanation of
She's
what
a
Lulu
hot
is.
fan. Yeah, you know how
You
it
know the
is.
deal.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
Holly fan.
Mhm.
Typical. So, my good friend Lulu, she is very brave and very clever. She can speak many languages, but she is a little dainty thing. I was wondering if you guys wanted to make some armor for Lulu. Now, Gavin, I know
Yes.
that she might not be able to wear armor, but this is
Cosmetic for
cosmetic.
flavor.
This is for flavor.
You could. I would say she could wear armor that would impact her speed.
Oh,
She is fleeing though.
she is speedy.
She does have a high speed.
So
But to armor her would impact on her speed.
I just every time I see that gal
Yeah.
flying in the air, my heart leaps up into my throat.
Yep.
So, and I'm also willing to put fabricate against this as well.
Okay.
I will cast
Ooh.
fabricate if that sweetens the deal
Okay.
any.
Yeah. So
That
I-
butters your crumpet.
I suppose maybe part of the issue here would be that there are limited supplies available, and the supplies that are available are kind of going towards the war effort, so to speak.
Lulu is going towards the war effort, I'll have you know. Lulu she is the war effort. And also she's teeny weeny is my point. But like I said, I'm happy for it just to be flavor, but I would like to work on some baby mammoth armor with my mum and sister
So cute.
into the wee hours of the evening.
Yeah, they sound very interested in this.
An interesting
And
project.
between sessions, I'll kind of have a think about the mechanics of it.
Absolutely fine.
But between your like artisan's blessing, your fabricate,
Yeah.
and your just actual skill in metalworking,
Prowess.
especially with the three of you, yeah, what exactly would you like the armor to look like?
So see when she was in her prime, shall we say,
Yes.
did she wear armor?
No.
Zariel, did she wear armor?
Kind of.
Kind of. I can bring up that picture of Zariel if you'd
I'll
like.
take it kind of.
So yeah, so that's the picture there of what
Yep.
the picture, the image that Amity was able to kind of disguise self into. So that's what you've seen Zariel look like.
I mean, not an awful lot of patterns in there, except some squiggly lines on her feet. Let's go with the sword then. I think the sword had some patterns on it. Kind of?
Yeah, so like, obviously whatever that's what it's made of, you don't have that material at your
No.
disposal.
Oh no. So it's gonna just be like the metal that's lying about. So it's gonna be ugly as fuck. However,
Just strap some metal plates to
Yeah.
she got like a little tank, like just like a box with legs. Yeah, no, we're gonna make do. I want to make her like a little helmet with like this kind of like this kind of cool shit.
Okay, yeah, so you can try
Brave
your
in
best
it.
to do that.
Like it kind of like fits around her little face like that. and then like her kind of like back, and maybe like kind of tied under her belly, just like the same kind of like, it's more like around the rim, so like it's not like a hard like line, I guess. Like it's like the actual sheet of metal, the rim of the sheet of metal that's going to make up her armor is like engraved, like kind of like with these kind of like designs where it kind of goes in and out.
Okay.
Don't know if
I
that makes sense.
think I see what you're going for. It is like presumably it's like iron and steel and stuff you're working with here.
Yeah. Yeah. But like the kind of the beauty of it, the intricacy of it is not necessarily like on the sheet, the kind of body of the sheet itself. It's like around the rim. So as it like sits against her form,
I get what you're going for. Yeah.
like the kind of like, you know, like if you've got like a frilly like laced like collar or something, it's that kind of idea where the design is around the rim of it. So.
Okay, I think I'm with you. So you guys kind of work away on that.
Yeah.
You can burn your fabricate and your artisan's blessings to do that. So you and the other two toggle steel women work away on that.
Thank you. And that'll be me for the evening.
Okay. So there's a bit of an emotional kind of good night as your mother kind of tears up a little bit thinking about you leaving again tomorrow. Your sister kind of is a bit more stoic about it.
Can I ask them where they're sleeping?
And your mother says, "Oh, we're just in one of the areas that's in the main crypts. They've set up these dividers, and you just have bedrolls and things set up in there."
We're sleeping in a different place. Would you guys want to come sleep with us tonight?
Well, I don't want to intrude, and you'll need your rest.
Let me just hit up Amity for a hot minute. And I'm going to cast Sending, and I'm just going to say...
You're burning ascending?
Yeah, I'm ready to sleep. Look it.
Oh, okay.
Nothing can happen when I'm asleep, right? So I'm gonna say, hey, Amity, hey, is it okay if my mom and my sister come sleep with us in the chamber of the unknown champion tonight? Thank you. I love you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Great.
Get here. Can you cast Sending to Mortlock? I miss him.
I can't reply, but yeah.
Teddy's a bastard.
Oh no! She cast Sending and she's like, what the fuck did that bastard do? You actually
Get the bag.
Mortlock.
About to send a cow into that divider.
Yeah. Get the cow. He's gonna get cowed.
Gonna get a cow.
The fucking bag of tricks.
Save
So
the
we will
listeners.
we will say that you guys meet up in the Tomb of the Unknown Hero, Jellie's family in tow. So you guys can kind of have a little catch up there if you want about Teddy and whatnot.
I'm gonna give it the whole rundown. I wish you never saw me again. Oh no! What kind of psychopath?
He has been brainwashed by those fucking loons in the academy. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm not trying to defend the guy, but he is around some fucking psychopaths in there.
Yeah.
But also, it's not your place to re-educate him. Like, if he wants to be a little bitch for the rest of his life, so be it. You know, I didn't like the cut of his jib ever since I saw him. I'm glad that he is fucked off for good.
Thanks, Jellie. I don't need another friend. I got you. Really.
Jellie just like You sweet summer child. Give her a big hug. And actually, you've got more than one friend. Speaking of which, do you want me to send Mortlock a little message?
Yeah. Can you just ask him how he is? What's he been doing?
Okay.
I'm safe. You're safe.
Everybody's safe. How he is. What he's doing. Anything else?
And then she's gonna write down in her journal. She's like, "Can you tell him that I love him?"
Yeah. I will. Okay, I'm gonna cast Sign again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna send it to Mortlock.
Okay.
And I'm
Now,
gonna
I
say-
believe there is a 5%.
Yeah, there is.
What?
There's a 5% chance that the message will not arrive because he's on a different plane of existence.
No, send it again.
So, when you cast sending here, I need you to roll a d20. On a 1, it fails to reach him because he's on a different plane of existence.
Mortlock, hear my cry.
If it is open.
What am I fucking clicking here? Sorry, I'm being an idiot. I'm going
You
to
can
my
just
character
type
sheet.
/roll 1d20.
I know. Yeah, that is bang on. Whew! We good, boys.
Okay.
So you cast sending and you're able to get through to the material plane.
Hi, Mortlock. It's Jelly. How are you? What you doing? We're both fine. Elturel is fine.
Oh, we've got movement guard.
Ravengard is fine. And then I'm going to put on my best Amity voice and say, Amity says, I love you.
I thought she
Bye.
speaks. That's a canonical voice. She's like, "Hello,
I love you. Bye.
So,
And that's 25.
Mortlock's voice comes back.
Is it long?
He has unlimited words.
He does not have unlimited words.
Damn it.
It's good to hear you, Jelly.
Weird hearing his voice again.
It is.
I'm like, fuck, who's that? It's your boy.
I'm safe in Baldur's Gate, working with Flaming Fist. We'll let know about Ravengard.
Yeah, caveman talk.
Tell Amity I love her and that I miss her.
And Jelly.
I don't know if that's actually 25 words, but I'm just kind of ballparking it.
People pocket, yeah.
Jelly tells Amity, this is Mortlock.
I love you. Roll a performance.
And I miss you. And he filled up all of his words like that. Like he didn't say anything else. He just
I think Flo missed that because the earphone
I
fell
did.
out.
I missed my head.
Jelly says, oh yeah, he just kept saying like, I love you, Amity. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
That's it. Really?
I roll a deception check. No. He did say he loves you and that he misses you. And he said that he's going to let everyone know about Ravengard and that he's working with the Flaming Fist and he's in Baldur's Gate and he's absolutely fine. He's living his best life.
Oh, I'm giving you a big hug. I was like, thank you. Thank you, Jelly.
You're so welcome. It was nice hearing his voice.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Amity,
Yeah.
I can't now. Can I? Fuck. Why did I not think this before? I could cast Sending into your ring. And
It's
you could
full at
talk
the
to him.
moment. It's full right now. She gave me Spirit Guard.
I know. But next time, if
Yeah.
you'd want to talk to him yourself at some point, that might be nice to
Yeah,
hear
I
his
do.
voice too.
Yeah, I'd like that.
And on that note, given the time,
Yeah.
we
so
fall asleep.
we can wrap things up with you guys calling it a night there if you'd like.
Yeah.
Um,
I hug my mum and sister. I spoon them both.
Oh, you sleep between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can they fit in the tent with me? Probably
No.
not.
It is a tiny child-sized tent. No, they
Fuck the
cannot fit
tent.
in it with you.
Lulu can go in the tent if she so
Oh
pleases.
yes, Lulu gets the tent.
Aw.
Lulu gets the tent. She
Like
deserves
snuggles
the tent.
in, her trunk just kind of rolls out.
Oh, I love her.
Mm-hmm.
We can never let her be
Yeah.
upset again.
No. Oh, I'll show them the armor. The armor's still in the forge, I suppose. So
We will. We can pick up there next session. That'll be the end of. Was that session 27?
Mm-hmm.
Session 27. Yeah.
what?
We have had 27 sessions of this.
What have we
campaign.
done? I think I said that to you earlier that like we've done a lot, but also it feels like we've just started the campaign. 27 sessions is so much. I
yeah.
forget how long we were
So
in
much has
Baldur's
happened
Gate.
though.
I know.
We've
Yeah,
been
it
for
really
ages.
has. It's
If you
been-
think about it, yeah.
Where we started.
Oh, do you want to end the recording there then? Sarah?
I will. Let me do that right
Bye.
now. Bye.
Bye.